All right, so this is a 3,000 point game between Chaos Warriors and Bretonnia again. I call this game sometimes dead is better. All right, well, you see here I got my three chariots. I got another chariot to the far left. I have a unit of 6 skull crushers with Archeon and a battle standard bearer. Over then, my opponent has he's using the Garden of morh, and he's got black knights over to the left. He has 2 lances, one unit of peg knights, a unit of grave guard, and so here's my first turn movement. I move my dogs like this. Well, not movement, vanguard, and then I move the rest of my units up forward. My chariots both up forward, and during this phase, I actually forgot to move my hounds. I walk Archeon's unit into the forest there. No dangerous terrain test was failed or anything. And my knights, I brought them up right beside Archeon's unit. Now, the thing cool about Archeon, he has a leadership 10, which is awesome. And my opponent, he has, oh yes, by the way, there's a crypt horror unit there, 6 of them. And he decides to move his pegs right behind the forest. I think he thought that forest blocked line of sight, which they don't unless otherwise specified by it's agreed upon by the players. I cast Miasma in my magic phase, Archeon does, and I stop his movement on his Grail Knights by 2. Over here on the left, I push my chariot forward, not thinking he's going to be able to make the charge, and if he does, I'll flee if he decides to declare a charge. And that's what I do, I flee. And when he charges, then in his movement phase, he decides to move his Pegasus Knights over to the other side, and he brings his Grave Guard up. And over here, you see his archers moving forward, and also he's going to use those guys. They're not man at arms; they're actually zombies or ghouls or something. And There he is moving Grave Guard up forward. I thought it was a bad mistake because I could actually hit Grave Guard and then overrun into his knight unit. And that's his shooting. He actually kills 2 hounds in his shooting phase. His magic really didn't do anything at all. He misfired more this game with those trebuchets than anything I've ever seen before. That was his first shot, and he was trying to hit Archeon with it, and it failed. And I believe he had another trebuchet shot that actually didn't hit the target. And both times he was firing at Archeon's unit. I would, and I totally understand that. And he did get to cast Licensed Wild Form on his knights on the right. Okay, here's my turn. I charge Archeon in, and I was able to make a dual charge with the chariots. I thought for sure those chariots would be able to do something more than they did this entire game. They really didn't do much. And the hounds jumping away of that large unit. I moved my knights out of the way of the peg knights so you can't really see them. I was hoping you couldn't see them. I don't think he actually did declare a charge with them into them. In this close combat, it goes crazy. Well, here's another shot at actual little action photos of the closer up and what happens here with the chariots and stuff. Archeon's unit, it tears through that unit. They open wide up, open on him, and then kill him, and ran right into the other unit behind him. And the chariots, they do decent. I think they did like 5 wounds on their impact hits. So I don't really know what that dice is there for, but whatevs. Then here's this charge here, and another angle of the close combat there. They do a lot of wounds, and I thought they were going to beat them for sure. All right, so in his turn, I think it's turn 2, he tries to charge the Black Knights at the chariot, and he fails to charge. And here we go. He charges his Peg Knights into the back of Archeon's unit, and then his other lance to the side. He charges skeleton unit into the hounds, they're not gonna last long. Even though they're skeletons, they're still gonna kill the dogs. That's still. I'm looking here. I'm going to charge. In my turn, I plan to charge him on the flank with the Chaos Knights. And here's another angle on the victory train led by Archeon and the exalted hero of Khorne. And here's another angle of the chariot fight, chariot pillow fight. I think he raises some skeletons up right there in front of me. And I take a wound from shooting, I think, with the chariot. And here are the warriors just watching the dogs. They're going to want to charge that unit of skeletons. And in his shooting phase, he blows his own his trebuchet up, and the other trebuchet fires and misses the knight unit. So it was pretty much a dud. It was just dull that it was messed up. It was messed up that the trebuchets just didn't really do anything. I mean, 2 games in a row now, his trebuchets haven't done anything for him. And it's just bad luck. And here's another angle on the skeletons raising up. It kind of cut my reinforcements up. I wanted everybody in close combat and out of view of those trebuchets. Over here, I move Archeon to the front, and the Exalted Hero is on the other side. So deny that flank pretty much because they have to divide their attacks between Archeon, which is hard to kill, and the other guy who's also hard to kill because his 1-up armor save. And he cast a spell on I think he cast Curse Divine here on Archeon's unit in his turn. And this, I try to stop his because I think he rolled a bunch of dice. I tried to stop it and failed to stop his spell. Okay, so he ends up charging, and I flee. And then he charged, and in this close combat, I actually failed almost every armor save that I needed to pass in this close combat. It was ridiculous. Archeon's unit actually lost close combat against those 2 units that had already charged 2 turns ago, well, a turn ago. It was unbelievable. And then over here, the chariots really couldn't do anything. They got, they took 2 wounds. One of them did anyway. And then over here, the warriors charged. They don't do anything. And in his turn, that was him trying to charge the chariot, and it fled. But yeah, and then that chariot's not actually in close combat with that zombie unit yet. And here's him moving his guys backwards. And here's the back of my chariot. I don't know why. It's a picture there, but hey, more pictures the better. And over here, my exalted hero dies. He failed every last one of his 1+ armor saves. And here's his saves, I think. No, that was the chariot failing its saves. That's what those 2 dice signified. Yeah, it was ridiculous. During that turn, I think I failed every save. And then the warriors, they only did 2 wounds. Only 2. Alright, so here's an angle on the chariot fleeing. Yep. Here's more failed leadership tests for the warriors. And so they had a weapon skill of 1. And then the chariot flees off the board. Yeah. And then I think I do actually charge the chariot, that one chariot in there. So it looks like an L-shaped combat. Weird combat resolutions going all over the place. And over here, my knights come in and save the day. They come in and bust some skulls. And the warriors continue to fail me. As he moves his guys around the back to hit them in the rear, I know that they're done for. And over here, the knights failed me in close combat. Look at it. They did not kill that one guy. One guy couldn't kill him. And warriors, these archers move up like so. And I lose another juggernaut. But he's losing a lot more stuff and faster than I am now. I think I got my luck rallied for me. You know, it's kind of like on Star Wars, and Darth Vader is like, "You failed me for the last time," and that's what the dice were saying. They're like, "Yep, no more failing. We're crushing these guys." And yeah, that close combat, the little bird horses fled, and yeah, Archeon's unit went to town on those guys, and then that one lance finally broke, and the knights ran them down, which is good because those knights are now within 12 inches of that Trev, so the trebuchet can't shoot at them. And the warriors actually decided they want to kick those skeletons' butts, and they did. They actually went to work, went to town, and there's a picture of my chariot dying in that close combat. And in his turn, his ponies rally, and here they hit the warriors in the butt. So that's like already two. That's almost like 5 combat res already, and the warriors break in close combat. They actually didn't do much at all, and over here in this close combat, what ended up happening is he ends up fleeing, and the battle standard dies automatically, and when the unit flees, and the warriors, the skull crushers end up overrunning. I don't even know if I was supposed to overrun that turn, or I think the guy might have actually fled and I overran and hit that unit or something like that when I chased him down. And here we go. 2 units going into a warrior unit that just rallied in my turn. And you'll be surprised at the ending of that fight, because those are Black Knights. And they are strength 6 on the charge. So, yeah. I'm figuring they're going to be toast. And during my phase, I charged the Knights in. Then I charged the Archeon's unit overruns and hits a unit in the butt. And here we go. Yeah, I figured that those knights might be in trouble. So the Chaos Warriors got Occam's Mind Razor and killed those knights, and that was pretty much game. That was it. I mean, after that, it was just that was turn 6, and he couldn't really do anything else. So thanks for watching and subscribe.